with these. I hate to be Mr. Funny Guy here. I honestly don't know what we're going to do with this asshole. I don't. I mean, you got DeSantis around the corner, which is nice. I think yesterday proved that they're going to do everything they can to make sure Trump's not even eligible to run in 2024.
That's because they're scared to death.
Yeah. I mean, if I were them, I'd be trying to do whatever I could to DeSantis. I feel like he's your bigger threat right now. Mm-hmm. He's younger. He's smarter. He understands the game a little bit better. He doesn't fuck up really ever, I don't think. He's pretty smooth. And I don't know. I don't know if they have an answer to that guy. But I'll say this. The FBI raiding a former president's home.
That's pretty messed up.
That's weird shit, man. That I don't like. I'm nervous as hell about stuff like that.
What though? Well, I think he's pretty clean. I don't think they're going to find what they think they're going to find.
Well, what they say they're looking for is top secret documents that were supposed to be surrendered over to the National Archives. They're thinking they're on a fishing.
Hillary will still walk from the email thing, right?
They're on a fishing. Well, I mean, they had to pass Hunter Biden's house to get to Trump's. So that's nice. But I think with Trump, what I heard was they're looking for top secret documents or like confidential documents that were for him only that he was supposed to turn over to the National Archives, and he didn't. Now, I don't know how many presidents have done this same exact thing he's done. Probably all of them. But I guess they're using that as a pretense to go and raid his house in Mar-a-Lago. I've never known this to happen before. I mean, to see FBI agents raiding a former president's house. This is some banana republic. Yeah, it's some Soviet Union shit. It's like Putin poisoning his detractors type of stuff. I don't like, and you know me, I've gone back and forth on Trump completely.
Yeah.
But like, they're going to do stuff like this to this guy and turn the people who don't like him and go, okay, I don't like him. You know, it's kind of like the Rocky IV scenario. But you guys are kicking him in the teeth, and he's fucking gone. Leave him alone. You know? They're going to, it's kind of like 2016 all over again, where people are like, yeah, he's a buffoon. Yeah, he's boisterous. Yeah, he's crazy. But I really hate this system we have. I'll throw a fucking brick through it. And my vote for Trump will be a brick through the window. And whether there were a lot of people who voted for him that maybe didn't think he was necessarily going to make the greatest president, but it was to send a message. And I agree with White Ad. He says it's no longer funny now. This shit is dangerous. Think about it. Yeah. If the FBI, okay, so they're having these 87,000 new IRS agents. If the FBI can go into the former president's house and raid it unannounced, what the fuck can they do to you and I?
Yeah.
Like, if we get out of line, and a lot of us are out of line already, like when we're enemies of the state, I mean, what can you do to us at that point? I agree with White Ad. This shit ain't funny. We're a comedy show and everything, and we'll get off this topic eventually here, but it's a huge news story, and it's pretty frightening what theyey're doing. Thank you to Samuel for renewing his membership. He says, "Call me Z Kyle, Z Kyle, Kyle. Do I have to?" The Tigger next door renewing his membership. Mr. Approachable with $5 does his own dad joke. He says a weasel walked into a bar. The bartender says, "What can I get you?" "Pop," goes the weasel. That's 15 off the goal. Easy Money's Wife with $9.99. I love that book. Annoys the hell out of you sometimes. That's why I bought it. Well, you want to throw him another dad joke there for that $10. And that's 25 more off the goal. So let's update you guys on that. 185 away from our goal today. Thank you guys so much for your generosity. Go ahead.
All right. What do you call a small parent?
What?
Minimum.
Ew. Oh. Wow.
That was definitely in the terrible category.
No. Kay Windall says they will go after DeSantis next. Skeezy says unless DeSantis is a bought man. Kane says, I'm worried about where this country is headed. They can really mess things up more in the next 2 years. Dude, I don't know what they can do in those midterms to reverse this IRS thing, but what they do in situations like that is they just go after middle class and lower class people who can't afford to fight And they just tell them, pay us this much money.
It was bad timing to say that, though. I think it's going to hurt them because, who's here is a fan of the IRS?
Yeah, but what are people going to do,
Not vote for them?
We can't vote. You don't vote for the IRS.
Right. No,
That's what I'm saying. Like with the midterms, is there anything the Republicans can do if they have the House and the Senate?
Do you think that the cities learned anything? Do you think AOC is going to get back in?
Yeah. That's a very safe blue district for sure. Yeah. I mean, that's all taken care of. STC Poors says the only thing we can do is power through the next 2 years till we get someone else. Yeah, but the way this country, how divided this country is, though.
Yeah.
Your party's got to win everything, or you can't get anything passed. So the Republicans are going to have to hold the Senate, the House.
There's no compromise.
And you know how dirty I feel saying that we need Republicans? Because they're all fucking gross. I need these Republicans just so I can get rid of these Democrats. I'm like the old lady who swallowed a fly. I bring in a new thing, and I'm like, well, the new thing is at least better than the thing that's bothering me right now.
Yeah.
But that thing is still, don't kid yourself. That thing you're going to have to look for as the solution is still going to be a Republican. So it'll get better and then get shittier in different ways. So powering through the next 2 years, God bless. Roachbait says, once you think you know, you're wrong, Gunny. I like a good shooter reference.
Wow.
Still got the shovel.
Exactly. See, I don't disagree with guys like Jason in a way. Tiggle Biddy says, I wonder how inflation is affecting the fentanyl price. That'll change the voting in the streets.
Yeah.
That's how we'll get the voting to change in the streets for sure. Jeff says, same with the Alex Jones case. They could easily do that to us. Well, in fairness to the Alex Jones case, he kind of fucked himself too. He didn't cooperate. He didn't send him any of the documents or show up for a lot of the depositions and stuff. He agitated on that one. Hobo Flexible says 87,000 is 27 more IRS agents per county. Yeah, you can fuck anybody you want with that. Oof. Jason says they will never let Trump run again, exposed him, and their grift. They don't. It's no secret they don't want him back in. But I didn't know they'd go to this length to keep him gone. They impeached him twice. This January 6th hearing has produced nothing. Less than nothing. It's been a complete dog and pony show.
This is their Hail Mary pass.
Yeah, this is, is it? Is this will they stop here if they don't get what they want? It's hard to know.
Where else can you go? He's going to end up with a red dot on his head or something?
Yeah, all this for Donald Trump. It's just so weird. Think about how much 87,000 employees would cost us taxpayers. Well, the bill they passed was what, like $800 billion? So, yeah, it's remarkably expensive.
We're doing good helping that national debt.
Yeah, and the reason they're hiring 87,000 IRS employees is because guess what? They're going to get that money back one way or the other.
Yep.
You're going to grab everybody and shake them out.
Yep.
Yeah. Let's go to Coltrane. He says, I'll vote for him again, too, because F the establishment. Fauci's Pangolin says, after murdering a million old people, now you're worried. COVID? Gordy says, Daddy, will your daily goals go up to help you fight the IRS? No, the goals will not go up to help me fight I don't have to fight the IRS at this moment. Find It, Fix It says there's some video of the Trump patriots outside his house, and they moved to a bridge for some reason. Okay. Skeezy says they can't do anything unless they get enough votes to overturn any of Biden's votes. Yeah, you'd need a 2/3 majority in the Senate, and veto-proof majority is what, 66? How many Senate votes to override a veto? A regular veto occurs when the president, blah, 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 blah. I just want this question answered.
Can we just
2/3 in both the Senate and the House. Yeah, so they'll never get that. They're not going to get that amount, unfortunately. Thank you very much to Brian M. for becoming a member for the 4th month. Thank you very much. Only 180 away from our goal today, so thank you guys very much. Oh, yeah, Find It, Fix It has a solution to this. You better buy an electric car. Ewell Gibbons says, I've gotten 2 letters a couple months apart that they're lowering the amount of my federal tax return, and I still haven't gotten it. LOL, I've never had that happen. Neither have I. Now, Balls Deep says, I love all the faith in the system still lingering on people's battered assholes. Are they, though? I don't think there's many people who are still having faith in the system. Coltrane says, I don't think that's the case since they passed it as a budget legislation. That's why it was a 50-50 Kamala vote. It could be voted out the same way. I don't. This is where I'm a comedy show host. I don't know. You've exhausted the limits of my knowledge. Thank you to Gordy for the $1.99. Appreciate that, buddy. Thank you very much. Just making sure we don't have anybody to thank on PayPal before I move on here. All right, good. Thank you guys very much for that flurry. 180 away from our goal today. So, yeah, Trump says FBI raided Mar-a-Lago. Let's see if we can, let's see if they have a video update to this story. This is from KTLA out in Los Angeles. There we go.
Development is believed to be part of an investigation into Donald Trump's removal of official presidential records from the White House.
KTLA's Chris Wolf has been tracking late developments live in our news center. Chris.
That's right, Micah and Court. Neither the FBI nor the Justice Department is commenting, but the
Really? What?
Shocking.
Why aren't they commenting? I want to ask you some questions, champ. I want to ask you some questions. They don't seem to have anything to say.
You have to wonder too if he is going to go that desperate, if he wouldn't have him plant stuff.
I mean, you don't think they're going to go all that way and not find something, do you? Mm-hmm. They're going to find something. Yeah. And what I heard, again, this is just the scuttlebutt on Twitter, online and shit, is that if they can find him withholding documents from the National Archives, they can charge him with something that makes it so he can't run for president. So that this whole thing is so Trump doesn't run again.
No more security clearance.
It's funny, though, like these Democrats, I'll tell you what, they may have won this last election. And by the way, look, YouTube, just get me straight here real quick. I'm not saying the election was fraudulent or anything like that, but they stacked the odds so heavy in their favor with all the regulations and the COVID and the mail-in voting and all that. I mean, they made it so easy that their people who typically don't go to the polls could vote this time, that they got that fucking guy out of there. Don't underestimate their ability to fuck up while in power, though. I mean, we're seeing it now. They get to be in there, and they're like, we get to do everything we want, and then everything they want just turns out like just shitting on top of the country's face.
Shit sandwich.
Yeah, so, I mean, look, this is kind of their MO. We got a dastardly plan. They're kind of like Snidely Whiplash. They've got this dastardly plan, and they're twirling their mustache and everything else. And then, like, they do it, and it backfires on them. Like, for example, okay, you've got this guy down in Florida making a lot of noise, and he's going to kick the shit out of all of you. Like, there's this monster brewing in Florida, and he's going to fuck you up. He's damn near perfect. I mean, what he did during COVID showed you that your whole system was a joke.
Yep.
The guy's economy, the budget surpluses that he has, the things he's doing to, like, defend kids in schools and shit like that. Like, he's on the winning side of all of these cultural arguments, too. He's where the majority of the country is. And the only competition that he has that could stop him from steamrolling his way to the White House is Donald Trump. I mean, Donald Trump is the only guy who might be able to beat Ron DeSantis, and I mean Democrat or Republican. So you get rid of Donald Trump. Like, you have you get your way, and you have just paved the way for Ron DeSantis to run unopposed right down your throat in 2 years.
Yep.
So I don't know if this Trump thing is really the home run that they think it's going to be. I mean, it looks terrifying and awful that you can do this to people. That you can, we don't like this guy politically, so we're going to have the FBI raid the former president's house. But at the same time, these political people never look long-term at any of the shit they do. They get rid of filibusters, they change the rules so they can get something done today, and they always end up bitching about it when the other guy gets in power.
Well, they forget about the consequences. That's
exactly.
the problem.
So like with this Trump thing, okay, let's say you get your way, the boogeyman's gone. There's a monster in Florida that's going to bend you over and ream out your asshole. This guy, you think Trump is bad? Wait until you get a guy who's just as cocky as Trump but doesn't fuck up. He doesn't give you an opening to counter him. This guy, and he's younger, he's more energy, he's more full of, I might be more full of himself, very confident, good-looking dude. He's going to fuck you up. And all because while you were focused on Trump, this hurricane was brewing down in Florida and you missed it.
At Donald Trump's Florida estate is historic, unparalleled, signaling a dramatic escalation in the investigations into the final stages of his presidency. What are they looking for and why? Former President Donald Trump said
Not looking for, found.
as the FBI searched his Palm Beach, Florida estate known as Mar-a-Lago and had broken open a safe.
My initial thoughts are that this is absolutely historic. There is no historic corollary to having the FBI execute a search warrant on the private residence of a former president.
Right. Kind of scary, isn't it? Whew. Tiny bit frightening. So can we get Ghislaine Maxwell's flight records now, or can we get her black book? Can we look into what Epstein was doing?
People are untouchable, aren't they?
Look, man, I'll make you a deal. You can raid President Trump's house till your dick falls off. But I want every pedophile in Congress. I want every pedophile in the White House. I want every pedophile in these different departments. I want all the Epstein Maxwell stuff released. I want bank records. I want investment records. Look, this is awesome. If we do this consistently, I'm all in. If across the board, we open it up, all these powerful people, all their books, all their money, all their, extracurricular activities, raid all their houses, let's do it.
There's going to be a lot of job openings up, though, in the Senate.
I'm excited about it. Plumbers and bricklayers will be running the country.
Yeah, pretty much.
However, this is a targeted attack at one guy because of who he is and the threat he represents. I mean, if you want to do, look, you know me. I hate government. I hate the power structure. I hate all that stuff. If you want to do this to absolutely everybody, if you want to do it to Pelosi, McConnell, Schumer, name the other Republican leaders and Democratic leaders. If you want to do it to the head of the Department of Justice, if you want to do it to the head of the Federal Reserve, the head of the IRS, you want to do this to everybody, I'm down. Let's do it. Fuck these people.
Clean house.
But you're doing it to one guy because you're terrified of him. And again, while you're terrified of this guy, there's a beast who's eating you alive down in Florida now, and you just made it easier for him to kick
but they got
your
the
teeth.
blinders on, so
They do. They got those Trump blinders on.
He's over here just getting bigger and bigger and ready to make his move,
Yeah.
and they don't even see it.
Again, it's that short-term thinking they're going to go, what happened? In the long term, they're going to run Gavin Newsom or some prick that nobody likes that they've groomed to become president, and DeSantis is going to crush him in a, 35 to 15 state landslide. And everyone on that side is going to go, I don't understand. Well, while you were obsessed with the, 70 or 80-year-old guy, this 50-year-old was bending you over.
Surprise.
According to reports, the National Archives discovered in January that at the end of his presidency, Donald Trump took 15 boxes from the White House that contained government documents, mementos, gifts, and letters. The boxes include
So probably shit that every president has taken. Letters, gifts, stuff like that.
Of course.
Wow, this is bullshit. They want it. This is like when they got, what was that general's name that was a Trump guy? Flynn. This is like, remember when they got Flynn because they needed somebody for the Russia investigation? So they said, oh, well, yeah, Michael Flynn lied to the FBI. Yeah, he said he was somewhere on a Tuesday. It turns out it was a Thursday. It wasn't even a big deal.
included classified documents, which are subject to the Presidential Records Act. It requires that all documents and records involving official business be turned over to the archives.
So you knew this in January and only now in August? Are you doing anything about it? What's the matter? That January 6th committee didn't turn up the stuff you thought it would? Is that what it is?
Exactly what it is.
Okay, so you got to try something else. And by the way, if this doesn't work, they've got something else planned. They've got such a hard-on for this guy. And you know what the craziest thing is? You had COVID. You put in all these regulations. You allowed mail-in voting for the first time fucking ever. And you beat him. You got rid of your guy. You beat your boogeyman. He was done. And now you're fucking up so bad, you're looking for somebody else to blame. So you're going back to the guy that you kicked out of there.
Mr. Trump returned the boxes to the National Archives. So why the search in Florida now?
What happened here is that federal law enforcement officers swore under oath that there was probable cause of two things. One, that a federal crime occurred, and two, that the evidence of that crime was at Mar-a-Lago, where...
Oh, okay. So the same FBI that raided his house and overall was trying to fuck with his whole presidency while he was there. So the FBI agents, those beacons of virtue and decency, they swore under oath that he did something bad. So, and they said, oh, we also swear under oath that it's in his house. And they said, okay, go raid his house.
How do they automatically know this? I mean, it's just, what, did you personally watch him leave with a box of documents?
Yeah, look, man, if you had like stakeout evidence where you took photos and you showed it to a judge, you're like, we know this stuff is here. Let us go search for it. We believe a crime's been committed. A judge might give you a warrant to do that.
Yeah.
But if you just go, oh, yeah, trust me, it's there. No, that's called a fishing expedition. You're not allowed to do that legally.
Yep.
where they wanted to execute the search warrant. Then a federal judge, a magistrate judge, had to independently look at that and make an assessment.
I'm sure they didn't find a friendly judge somewhere that would do that for him.
Oh, no.
No.
The former president was seen leaving Trump Tower in New York Monday. He was not in Florida when federal agents searched his property. Trump described his home as being under siege. Quote, it is prosecutorial misconduct, the weaponization of the justice system, and an attack by radical left Democrats who desperately don't want me to run for president in 2024.
He's not wrong.
I didn't see anything wrong with any of those statements. I think those are completely accurate. That's the thing. You're making this guy look like a sympathetic figure now. Most of the country has moved on from him. They're like, oh, well, we had that for 4 years. You know, he had a good run. What are you going to do? On to the next thing. But now you're bringing him back into the public eye and making him go, look, I don't really, you know, I think I am a lot of this country in that, look, I don't really like the guy that much, but this is fucked up and I feel bad for him.
It doesn't mean that the former president will face criminal indictment, criminal charges.
Quit saying it so disappointedly.
If we are, in fact, looking at the former president improperly taking documents, classified documents with him and not handing them over when he left office, one of the potential punishments here would be that he could not serve in office again, that he would...
Oh, really?
It's almost like
Wow.
they looked through the book and said, hey, what can make it so that you can't run again?
Wait, Oz, let me get this straight. Tell me if I have this right.
Okay, sure.
So,
Yeah.
they got a warrant to search his house because they said to a judge, yeah, trust me. I have that so far?
Yep.
Okay, that doesn't seem like a normal thing, but okay.
That's what I'm picking up.
And the thing they're going on is that some gifts he was given while he was president, he didn't turn over to the National Archives. Okay. But if he's found with that stuff, he's not going to face charges for a crime. So they're going to raid his house. They're going to grab stuff that's his. They're going to not charge him with a crime, but he wouldn't be allowed to hold federal office.
Pretty convenient, isn't it?
That's really, I mean, excuse me, Biden administration, FBI, Christopher Wray, could you guys all do me a favor? Next time, just piss in my mouth. Just go ahead. I mean, you treat me like I'm a stupid invalid anyway. Just take a big shit right on my face and tell me it's a chocolate bar. I'd rather you just give me the insult of how stupid and helpless I am right to my face. Rather than just, oh no, this is Law and Order. This is absolutely, just look, quiet part out loud me. I like it better when you do that.
would be ineligible to serve in federal office. Obviously, that has huge political implications.
It certainly does. The White House says it was unaware of the search prior to Mr. Trump publicizing it. Professor
That's 'cause they're
Levinson
not gonna
says
tell
that
anybody.
barring any leaks, we may not know for some time what the FBI found at Mar-a-Lago.
Barring any leaks. Yeah, I'm sure there won't be any. Sure, everybody will be real nice and tight-lipped. I do believe that Biden didn't know anything about it, but only because I don't think Biden really knows about anything. I think they were so happy when he got COVID and all that. They were like, good, we can just kind of run roughshod over everything. You know? We can just kind of, go in there, do whatever we want. And like the old man ain't going to know what the fuck just happened.
No.
Backward Internet, Cog chiming in. Cog is going to be on this channel today at noon. We're going to interview him, talk to him about the Ethan Ralph stuff, kind of his show, what he does. I'm a fan of Cog's. I think he does a good job. We'll talk to him today at noon. He says good morning. Good morning to Cog. Good dude. The chat, of course, going nuts during this story. We'll try and hit a few of these. Adam Goldstein TV says Geraldo found more in Al Capone's vault. And they're going to find MR. Look, I think they're going to find something. I don't think they're going to find anything they can charge him with, but they're going to find enough. Look, man, they don't take their time to do shit like this unless they know what the outcome's going to be. The destination they're heading for is this guy can't run for president again. So they're going to find
like music to their ears.
Right, they're going to find whatever they need to find so that this guy can't run for president again. It's predetermined. It's pro wrestling.
Well, then just get DeSantis, I guess. What a shock.
Jason says, agree with your DeSantis assessment. Awesome. DeSantis has no baggage. He's going to fuck you guys up. I mean, and then you do this. So now DeSantis is unharmed by this, but now he can also beat you over the head with it.
True.
He can sing from the rooftops. He can go, you guys raided a former president's house for no reason other than it was political and you didn't want him to run against you. Now you got to deal with me. 2 years can't get here quick enough. Mm-hmm. I hate Republicans. I do. But Democrats are like, the old saying, there's levels to this game. And I may hate both Republicans and Democrats, but don't get it twisted and think that I hate them both equally. These Democrats are fucking like conspiracy movie evil.
There you go. That's a good way to put it.
Like, these are evil, evil boys and girls. I'll say Republicans, if you don't make a certain amount of money, they don't give a shit about you. If you live in certain places, they don't give a shit about you. But they'll still leave you alone. They just won't give a shit. They won't help you. I would rather have a party full of people who won't help you rather than a party of people who constantly want to do shit to you because they think it's best. Doesn't matter what you think. They're going to come over and they're going to go through your shit and they're going to tell you what's good and what's bad.
There you go.
But at least the Republican, I would rather, as much as I hate both parties, I would rather go for the party that's going to leave me to struggle on my own. I would rather have the party that's going to circle me in a boat and go, what, life chat? I can't hear you. Life preserve? Can't hear you. Rather than a party that's going to drive over my head with the boat motor.
Yeah.
I mean, that's essentially where this country's at this point. At least I have a fighting chance of swimming back to shore by myself with the other party. The one party, they're just like, well, we're just going to put our foot on your head.
Yeah.
While you're out here drowning. Yeah. H says Alex Jones would have a field day with this story. I bet he wishes he wasn't in court right now. Alex Jones isn't doing his show right now? Oh. Well, poop. It would be fun to listen to him talk about this. There's demons out there. They're demons and they're devils and they're here to take your souls. They are sent from hell. Skeezy says, wait, so gifts and mementos are official business? You know what? I bet you it's one of those things where every president does it, but the minute they need to fuck you on something, they'll take that.
They always have a stranglehold on you.
Small Town Gal says, I feel as though they're slightly overreacting to January 6th. Hot take. maybe just a little bit. Especially since they've got everybody. I mean, they're all sitting there in the FBI office working every day. I mean...
They are.
I'm just kidding. Just the guy who started it.
Oh.
Heroic Recap says, hey, kiss us before you fuck us. Nah, I say just piss in my mouth. You're already doing it. You just are pretending.
Buy me dinner.
Yeah, you're just pretending it's good for me. I don't like that. Thank you to Victor and WTF Flux for renewing their memberships. Another $10 coming off our goal today. Just 170 away from that goal. There's the PayPal link in the chat. Thank you. Brittany Boo says they won't find shit but waste more taxpayer money.
Well, they're
I think they're going to find
They've
something.
already wasted so much, and they're wasting more. So that's such a drop in the bucket.
I think they're going to find something, meaning like it could be the smallest ticky-tack thing,
Yeah.
but as long as it fits the technical definition of what they're trying to do. And that's the
Official business.
Yeah, that's the most disgusting thing. The FBI, the Federal Bureau of Investigation, is not supposed to be doing things with a determined outcome already established. That's the grossest part. It's the biggest law enforcement arm in the country, and they're just basically getting enemies of the state. It's super fucked up.
Considering too that Biden doesn't even know where the hell he's at, who's pulling the strings on this?
Christopher Wray. I mean, isn't this kind of that deep state everyone was talking about that we all kind of went, all right, you guys are going a little too far with this deep state shit. But I mean, the FBI just, think about it. The FBI is operating independently from the president. The president says, I didn't know anything about this. I found out about it on social media. The CIA, how many times has the CIA pulled some weird shit in other countries that we, the American people, have to pay for in either terrorist attacks or something else? And the administration goes, no, the CIA was doing that on its own. And then when people go, there's kind of a shadow government in the CIA and FBI, and they kind of just fuck around behind the scenes and don't tell anybody. And people go, that's crazy. That's a conspiracy theory. Meanwhile, whenever they pull bullshit behind the scenes, the people in charge go, we had no idea. They did it on their own.
You got a good thing going for themselves.
Oh, man.
And
Right.
untouchable, basically. The untouchables is CIA and FBI, yeah.
You get to run everything, and then you get to call everyone a conspiracy theorist when they say you run everything. By the way, soon to be the IRS, big enough to do the same thing now. DeSantis can also get Trump backing him. Yeah, I mean, you guys are going to get your way in the short term, but you're going to fuck yourself in the long term because you thought that Trump was dangerous when you thought he was going to run for president. Take that away from him and unite the Trump and DeSantis people, and you guys can kiss your fucking asses goodbye. It's over. Like, the only hope they had was that Trump was like, I'm going to beat Ron DeSantis. I'll show this whippersnapper. And then even if DeSantis beats him, the Trump people won't go for him because it was such a long, drawn-out thing. Now you're just going to unite them for the next 2 years? And Trump's going to go, I'm handing the baton over to Ron DeSantis. Ron's my guy. I mean, yeah, I think this is going to backfire in the long run. But we got to get through a lot of shit to get to that. Fuck you, dude says the scariest phrase ever. I'm from, the old Reagan line. I'm from the government and I'm here to help. Mm-hmm. Zio Gold says, well, now the Steel Toe show will be called a pro GOP show. Right? We're kind of just we're on this side one day, that side the other day. It's almost like we see the story and then we give our opinion. I like that guy, though. Zio's always saying, here you go, Aaron. Now they're going to call you this. It's like, well, good. As long as they call me something different every day. Thank you to Chris K. He says, you guys are killing it with this show. Discovered you guys through Review Tech. Keep up the fantastic work. P.S. Give me a pig roach snort if you have it on that soundboard of yours. What do you mean, if? Do you want a short snort or a long snort? There you go. You decide. Jesus. It's pretty funny, right?
Wow. Not funny, haha, funny queer.
All right, give him a dad joke, and we'll continue on here. Thank you to Gray Duckling for renewing his membership also. So that's what? That's another $10 off our goal there. 160 away from today's goal.
So I'm terrified of elevators.
Oh, are you?
Yeah, I'm going to start taking steps to avoid them.
Mad Max Mardigan says, wait, they did the same thing to Cheney when he took the head of the guy who held up war in Afghanistan and Iraq? I don't know. I don't know about that. Or are you saying they didn't? Are you doing a thing?
You don't mess with him. He'll just shoot you.
Yeah, he'll buckshot you right in the face.
Yeah, just go hunting with him.
If he ever says, hey, you want to go hunting? You'll be like, oh, fuck, what did I do to Dick Cheney?
Yeah.
I got to figure out what the fuck I did to this guy. Return of the FOMO says, no, DeSantis is not leaving Florida until 2028. Let me tell you something. Fuck you, Florida people. All right? I'm tired of your selfishness. Okay? We clearly need him. We need Ron DeSantis, so you're going to have to give him up.
You're just a state. The whole country needs him.
And by the way, you think I'm being mean about it. I'm not even a fucking Republican. And I'm sitting here telling you, we're going to need your guy. So you guys are going to have to stop being selfish. Either secede from the union and he can run your Florida country, or shut the fuck up. He's got a duty to his nation, and he's got to serve. There.
Yep.
Find It, Fix It says, I know all the stuff that was said. It was a conspiracy theory coming true. Well, that's kind of the whole deal, isn't it?
Yeah.
Joe says, hey, guys, Dabbler here. I am a fan, but you guys reported that fake, dumbass Twitter alt account story. Don't get your news from Unique. Come to us. I think, did you and I do the fake account?
No.
Oh, no, you and I did a different Stuttering John story. Yeah. Oh, yeah, that was April and I. Sorry, Joe. Look, I apologize to you. I apologize to the Dabblers. I'm very sorry. We fell for a fake alt account story. He says, don't get your news from Unique. Come to us. I like you guys. I like Kyle. There's plenty of room for everybody. How's that? H says Ted Cruz over DeSantis. Dude, I don't want to go to war every 5 days. I'm sorry. I don't feel like picking all these establishment Republican guys. Like I said, that's the thing about me. I'm not a Republican, and I'm not a Democrat. So I don't, the more entrenched these guys are with their party, the more I don't trust them. Ryan the Garbage Man says DeSantis Gabbard 2024. I like that. I like a little Tulsi Gabbard in there. Yeah, I don't know what you're talking about. Return of the FOMO. Kevin Owens cannot run for president or vice president. He's from Canada. Return of the FOMO says Trump Owens 2024. Come on, Kevin Owens. I mean, I get it. Run, Owens, run would be a cool slogan and an awesome T-shirt, but no, Return of the FOMO. I know you meant Candace Owens. You see, Taste Fairy and I were being funny. We were doing, it's a comedy show. This story is kind of heavy, so we got to throw in jokes when we can. And plus, I don't think there's a funnier joke than Candace Owens. I mean, again, this is why I can't go into that party shit, because it annoys me when people sit there and go, oh yeah, this internet person I like should run for president. I don't want any of these fucking yahoos anywhere close to government power.
DeSantis AOC.
Fuck it. Yeah, let's do it. I want to watch that odd couple presidency. You know they're going to fuck, by the way.
Oh, yeah.
Ron DeSantis has that second generation, what is he, Cuban?
I think he's sure.
I think DeSantis is Cuban. DeSantis has that Cuban big dick energy. AOC's got that, Puerto Rican, she wants to level up in the Latina game, so she wants to go up from Puerto Rican to Cuban. So she'll take a little hot mustard from the big hog. From the big man, Ronnie D. I like that. Let's show a little unity.
Yeah.
DeSantis, AOC, and then just watch them fight all the time. Do you know how much fight fucking there's going to be in that White House?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Exactly. Fuck you, dude, says Imholt Klein, 24. Me and Ethan running together? Oh, it's 2024, man. He's already 400 pounds. He's going to have a fucking coronary before then. Sorry. I like Tigger Next Door's idea. Will Smith, Chris Rock, 2024.
There you go.
There you go. What better to show unity in this country?
They can just slap each other all day.
Yeah, whenever Chris Rock wants to raise taxes, Will Smith and smack the shit out of him.
Yep.
I like that. I think these are all good ideas.
Get the Constitution out your fucking mouth.
You keep that legislation out your fucking mouth. Okay. God.
It was just a joke about legislation.
Yeah. Keep the legislation out your fucking mouth. Wow. Okay. My vice president just slapped the shit out of me. That's be a good presidency. I like you guys. See, you guys have good ideas. Yep. Mick Marshall saying Terrell Owens would make a terrible vice president. See, I agree. Kevin Owens, Terrell Owens. I don't know why Return to the FOMO suggested such a thing.
Yeah.
Imholt Alligator 2028. Unironically, AOC 2032. Fuck it. I agree with Obese Lemonades. They've done everything else. How about the Paul brothers?
Oh.
Logan and Jake. Logan's the older one, but I think I'd rather have Jake's temperament in the presidency.
Yes, and attitude in general.
All right.
Yeah.
Skeezy says the sad thing is, every time Republicans take power after Democrats fuck up, they never actually accomplish anything. I mean, you say what you want. Trump did get those tax cuts passed, and that did help people.
Oh, the economy was doing a little better than it is now.
And he was leaving things the fuck alone, which was nice. So bad that they had to make sure that virus was looked at as horrible as possible so they could shut down said economy.
There you go.
Yeah. Zio Gold says DeSantis knows not to bang crazy and stupid. I don't know. I think you get that Latina energy going on, and it's going to be hard for them. They are going to attract like two magnets in one of Dr. Franklin's electrical experiments. Fauci's Pangolin says Mike Tyson, Larry Holmes. Mike Tyson can't. He's a convicted felon.
Yeah, there's that.
You can't be a convicted rapist and be president. You can be a rapist, as we've seen before, and still be president. You just can't be a convicted one. That's the secret. Tyson Purdue. Will Purdue from the Chicago Bulls? I don't know, man. That sounds crazy to me. Somebody says Vince McMahon and Steve Austin. I don't know. Vince is a little bit of a hot button right now with all the fucking and paying he's been doing.
Oh, boy.
Oh, I like this. Cody says, how about the Island Boys run for office?
Oh, boy.
I'm just an island boy. I run for president. Could work. Mel Gibson, Howard Stern, 2024. Something tells me Mel ain't running with a Jew. No offense. I want to see. We actually have Mel Gibson's presidential speech here.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
I need a woman, not a fucking little girl with a fucking dysfunctional cunt. You need a fucking brain transplant. Has any relationship ever worked with you? No!
I would like to see him yell that at Biden during a debate. Mr. Gibson, and by the way, Mel's from Australia, so I don't think that's going to work. But Mr. Gibson, Joe Biden says that you wouldn't work out as president and that he has the experience. What do you say?
Has any relationship ever worked with you? No!
Mr. Gibson, President Biden says that your tax plan would fail.
What?
Nothing, man. I didn't say nothing. Well, I think that Mel Gibson here, I think his Medicare plan is a failure for the American people.
You're a dishonest cunt!
Oh, Jesus. I mean, try to watch it, Mr. Gibson. We are live on television here. I think that you would be a terrible president and you need to be stopped immediately.
You make my life so fucking difficult.
Oh.
Hey, after this debate, I'd like to shake your hand, Mel.
Fuck you! Get the fuck away from me!
Jesus.
He's very, very unhappy.
Mr. Gibson, you don't like the questions we're asking. You think we're being biased. What would you like us, the press, to do?